My name is Jacob, and I am a personal trainer and coach, mainly training as many people as I can in a mix of martial arts, meditation, breathwork, functional training, and how to implement all of this within the outdoor lifestyle. This is my greatest passion and my purpose in life, and I'm finally having the opportunity to do it for a living. I joined the 100-hour men's training based on, for me, really a strong inner calling for a long time that went into synchronicity. I needed deeply, almost desperately needed structure, organization, responsibility, and I was lacking in many of these aspects. Running a company, year two gets more and more intense. The need for this kind of personal growth and development became even more so clear. And just by me listening to my heart for some time, working with myself had connected me to a growing circle of like-minded people. And from there came the offer from one of the coaches in Sculp, came the offer to join the first enroll. And man, it was, it is the greatest decision that I've ever taken, accepting and diving into this adventure that is Sculp. I immediately knew that joining the Sculp 100 hours men's training, joining the first enroll it is the greatest decision that I've ever taken in my life. It is in perfect synchronicity to what I need right now and what I have been needing for so long. Growing my business, growing my future, trying to live inside of my purpose, just raises the stakes. For me, it's about, I haven't really held myself accountable throughout the years. I haven't put myself in these high demands. It's easy to do the fun stuff. It's not that easy or fun to do the necessary stuff that you need in life. And I just felt that the opportunity that came, I cannot ignore it. I knew within my whole body when I heard about the training, when I heard about the content, and then when I saw who our coaches and trainers would be, and also understanding the concept of the community and the tribe and the intense series of lectures and everything, I just knew that this is the answer to, honestly, what I've been waiting for throughout my whole adult life. The three biggest things coming halfway into the program must be the incredible amount of value that has been possible to fit into this kind of program structure. Early webinars every day, lectures from great coaches going deep, and realizing that it is so possible if everyone is committed and the container creates a safe space and we are all surrounded by supporting brothers. It is so possible to reach deep work in short time, in intense time, really. So it has really struck me that within a couple of days, being able to go into deep work together with brothers that I haven't met just a couple of days earlier has been possible and amazing to experience, going so deep into myself during a lecture that is 90 minutes long. How a well-built container can open up your heart into safety and vulnerability and growth. That has been incredible. Also, I mean, just the fact alone, the pressure of 7 days a week at 5 in the morning lectures, from a guy like me that is basically going to sleep at sometime at night, I don't even know, 3:30 at one day, 1 o'clock at night the other day, and that alone puts every one of the participants in such a committed and ready state, accountability state, and that alone has given me so much, just having something to show up to every morning at a mean early time, you know, giving all of us the discipline and structure that I think is a common desire for everyone in this program. I mean, for me, clearly, there is one moment in the program this far that has touched me in a way that I couldn't even imagine. For me, it's a couple of weeks in, together with the community, with the circle inside of the container, I could be held and supported to a great breakthrough within myself, supported by the group. I found the courage to really like dive into my heart and commit fully to what I needed to do to become who I want to be. And experiencing that kind of breakthrough while you have 25 other souls like holding you, sharing for you, giving you that support, and being led to that place, impeccable by the coaches and mentors, experiencing how a coach like Daniel, through just by continuously asking the right questions, will open your heart and open your mind, and just a few minutes later you will find yourself closer than you have ever been into some really deep truth in yourself. That has been incredible to see what a container like this can do. One of my biggest inner battles coming into Sculp, taking this great decision, one of my biggest inner battles has always been that I, year after year, started to let myself down. Like I started to lose accountability, lose the belief in my own word. I lost my word, basically. My word didn't mean a thing anymore. I didn't believe in myself and my commitments. It was just words. All of that were gone. And that is the root to a big chunk of my struggles today. The breakthrough was for me by the help and support, both mentally and emotionally, a breakthrough that finally took me to the place where I could really commit and find the courage to commit and find the courage to believe in myself, that I'm able to stick to my word from now on. And as I feel it just came from being carried by the power of a tribe that could hold me. First, could help me find that vulnerable spot, and then hold me all the way up into me stating it in front of everyone multiple times with more and more emphasis. That is something that I will never forget. I will never forget that day. That's a holy day for me that I will always anchor in my heart and use and return to as soon as my life demands it of me. The educational concept of Sculp is super interesting, very new, as I see it, very modern, progressive. We are given the opportunity to really go all into all that is life and personal development. The content of the Sculp program, the lectures, the categories, all of the educational concept. First of all, it's a super interesting way of diving into these subjects. It's very modern, it's very progressive. And it has been super clear to me to really like discover all of these different angles. We have the movement every morning, and within days it starts to make sense. Within one day, perhaps, it starts to make sense. Why do we start with movement? And then moving over to all of these categories of life that we work with, I feel like, and this is also just an incredible experience, I feel like within a couple of 2, 3, or 4 days, either consciously or subconsciously, you find yourself implementing tools that you have gained. I untangled a touchy spot in my relationship, a discussion or argument or agreement that I had been fleeing away from. And just 100% thanks to the exercises that we did during the week of authentic relation, helped me into creating a space for me and my partner where we can have that discussion. And it ended up perfectly, like it should when you do it the right way. And that goes for, I mean, same thing in the movement. And as I work and build my career on a lot of physical work, it was also amazing to just observe myself exploring new patterns, exploring new frequencies and way to work with my body and also with my clients just within a couple of days. And I realized that this is from the mornings with Sami. And I mean, for me, every single week this far has brought my processes forward instantly. I've been coming further the last 2 weeks during Career and Mission together with Fabian and Daniel. I've come further in my business development than I have in 4 months in terms of reaching the source of what I'm doing and reaching the strategy on what is next and feeling really safe with it, because I have anchored those insights in real work, in real practice, in real tools. It's not just a hunch and a feeling anymore. I feel more and more that my life is steered with 2 hands on the wheel. I mean, for me, being inside of the program now, it's just obvious. I mean, when I came in, the first thing I kind of stopped and thought of was the investment. Okay, is it something that I can afford at the moment? Should I invest in this, or should I do something else? And then I just realized that investing in this, my time, my heart, my mind, but also my money, gonna make me richer, to be honest, because I know that everything I do, when I realized that jumping on board the Sculp program will expand everything that I do in my life, including career, including my happiness, my well-being, including my spiritual development, my emotional balance, everything will grow. So there was not a single point of hesitation when I realized that this is the best investment anyone could ever make, to be honest. So coming into the program in these terms, it's a no-brainer. And then realizing how much value you gain, not only from the webinars in the morning and the group meetings and the practices and assignments, but also the value you get from community, network, and I mean, there is content for days to revisit. There are shares and links and tips and books and events. Everything starts to grow immediately within the Sculp program. Kind of almost exploding out of its framework because it's so strong. Like it's such a strong concept that, as I see it, the program, the course, the webinars, the assignments, and everything inside of the 60-day program kind of just expands out of that framework within a couple of weeks, when you realize that this is a network that I'm saving possibly for the rest of my life. This is learnings and content and lectures and webinars that I can revisit at any time. It's a community that will lead to physical meets, lead to events, lead to everything in between. So that is also, I would say, trust. When you look at Sculp and think on it, trust that this is something that will be embedded in you for life, if you desire to, and it will take you on a marvelous journey that is lifelong, going from a local network to a global, international network of like-minded people who knows who you are. What surprised me the most was how much value we are capable of soaking in if we are tuned in, on alert, with a good structure around all of the content, all of the education, which is the Sculp program. It's impeccable in terms of platform and structure and how to share content and how to work in groups and how to work within those lectures and super short practices or longer practices. And it really struck me that how much value we are capable of soaking in. At first, you might think that I'm out of space. How can I remember all of this amazing stuff I've learned this morning? And then you go about your day, and the very same evening you find yourself implementing something that you didn't even realize that you saved and understood and kept with you, right? So that process has been surprising. I didn't think I was capable of it, and it just shows that the capacity of our brain and heart is incredible if we get the opportunity to operate in this kind of container and this kind of mentors and coaches. I want to end this with, for me, I'm halfway in, and the Sculp program is in me the whole day, the whole night. It's embedded in you. You think of it. You share information. You connect with people. You prepare for the next day, the next lecture, and realizing this and thinking about that this it won't end. It doesn't end after 60 days. After 60 days, you will just enter a new phase of the Sculp community, of the Sculp program. And that feels unreal to think of. Like the enrollment class in 20 years, meet again, or all the new classes that's coming and all the new connections and all the new, I mean, it's hard to speak of. I just see so much exponential growth coming from these 60 days throughout life.